So how do you save money for your children and their future? I think that's the question that any good parent will want to know the answer to. And so in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about some ways that I know how to save for the future of your children. There's some official ways, and then there's some other ways that you might be interested in. But I'm going to share with you 4 things that I know for sure, or 4 ways that I think you might be interested in knowing more about. So if you're interested in knowing all 4, make sure you listen all the way to the end. My name is Cluff, and I'm a financial coach. I absolutely love helping people manage, protect, and grow their money towards their MBA, which is your massive bank account. That's right. If you want to have a massive bank account at some point in your life, make sure that you hit like and subscribe, because I hear that's the fastest way to build a massive bank account is subscribing to this channel. If you're looking to save for your children's future, then I think that you're a great parent. You're on the right track. You're doing the right things. So the first thing I would say is, have you done a budget? Have you looked through your cash flow? Do you have a positive cash flow? Do you have enough money to really, make sure you're taking care of yourself? The most important thing you can do for your children is to make sure that you are set financially as well. So making sure that they have money is your great idea, and you want to do some things for them. However, make sure that you're financially okay first. And then once you're okay and set, let's take some of that extra money and start building for your children's future. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have done a budget. So if you haven't downloaded my free guide or my free ebook, go ahead and do that now in the link in the description below. Make sure you read through that. It's the fastest, most efficient way to free up cash flow in your budget that I've known or used with my clients for 20 years. And hundreds of people have taken that ebook and the principles taught in that ebook and been able to save hundreds of dollars a month in their personal budgets. Once you do that, once you know you have a positive cash flow, you have some money that you can put aside towards your children's future, what do you do with it then? Well, the first thing I would say is, what do you want for your child's future? Do you want them, of course, your children's going to choose whatever they're going to choose. However, you can kind of predetermine a little bit as their parent how you're going to guide and direct them. So are you going to guide and direct them towards school, education, university, college, degree, master, associates, bachelor's, master's degree? Are you going to push them, kind of guide them, direct them that direction? Or do you want to guide and direct them towards, hey, look, whatever you want in life, whether it's to start your own business, whether it's a trade school, whether it's, maybe you want to let them determine what they're going to do, whether it's school or whether it's starting their own business. So you got to kind of determine ahead of time, depending on which way you're going to kind of direct your child, where you're going to put the money, because there's some benefits to putting monies in different places based on the end goal of where that money or where they're going to spend the money when they end up needing it or using it after they turn 18. So let's say that you're very specific and you want to send your child to school, education, college, university. That's super important to your family tree, your family line, and that's where you're going to go. What I would do is I would look into what's called a 529 or 529 plan. These are college savings plans that are specifically designed for college savings and for universities. They will pay for, and what the cool thing is that as you put money in there, you can invest it any way you want. You can invest it in the market. I would say maybe, pick a nice index fund to grow over however the lifespan of your child is, between however old they are now and when they turn 18. And then it will grow. The S&P 500 indexes are really usually kind of a solid, pick. And then it'll grow tax deferred, which is nice. And then if you use the money for college expenses like tuitions and other things, you can actually withdraw the money tax-free. 529 plans are based on a state, wherever you live, the state that you live in. And so if you find a financial advisor in your state or the state of the 529 plan, you will ask them the specific details about that 529 plan. But in general, what happens is that money grows tax deferred if you pull it out and use it for higher education, tuitions, and sometimes you can even use it for housing if it's on campus. Definitely you can use it for books. I think you can even use many 529 plans you can use for even trade schools. So if you're really focused on sending your child to school, a 529 plan might be for you. And that is, to get into the real details of the exact 529 plan you should pick for your family, I would say seek out a good financial advisor and find out what are the details in the state that you live in, or maybe another state, and see if there might be a better deal in some of those other states. But a 529 plan is a great way to save for your children if you're directing them and you feel like they're going to really want to go to university and go to college and get a degree and do that and pursue that route. If you're not 100% sure about which way your child's going to go, if they're going to go to a university or not, maybe they want to start a business. Maybe they want to get a license, like a life insurance or real estate license, or become some kind of professional like that. Well, If that's the case, then a 529 plan is not going to do them very much good. One of the things that you should consider officially is something called an UTMA or an UGMA. I don't know who made up these names, but that's what we got. So UTMA is a Uniform Transfer to Minors Act, and that basically means that it's an official place where you can put money, and then that money is protected until the child or the designated beneficiary turns 18, and then at that time, the money is theirs to do with whatever they want. And an UGMA is the similar thing. It's a Uniform Gift to Minors Act. And the difference mainly is what you can invest in with whichever one you choose. So an UTMA, if I understand correctly, you can invest in all kinds of things, like real estate, alternative assets. You can invest in the market, stocks, funds, things like that. With an UGMA, you can only invest in the market. Now, the details of an UTMA and UGMA, you're going to want to talk to a financial advisor about to get the specifics for your situation. So I would definitely make sure that you seek out a good financial advisor that can offer you those products. But when you do a little bit of research, look those things up. So the three that you want to look up that are official are 529 plans, an UTMA, UTMA, or an UGMA, UGMA. Those are the three official ones. Now let me share with you one that I think you may or may not be interested in if you're a little more of a do-it-yourselfer. Okay, so if you're more of a do-it-yourselfer and you don't really care about all these official things, and you don't want to have your money kind of locked up or have rules around what to do or how to get access to your money, then you might just open up a plain old brokerage account and put money in there for each kid. You can open up a brokerage account and have each kid be the beneficiary, so you can do one for each kid, or you can open up a generic brokerage fund and you can just put all the money into that. And then as each kid turns 18, you can kind of just siphon off money however much they need or might need. Another reason why I like being more liquid with my assets is because, maybe they're 16 and have a car accident and there's some huge medical bill that comes up. You don't have the best car insurance or health insurance or maybe other assets that could help. You might want to be able to draw from the assets of the money that you're saving for that child to be able to help pay for things that they're going through maybe earlier than 18. So that's one reason that you may consider doing something on your own, doing something that's more self-directed and self-funded yourself. So I hope I've given you a few things to think about, a few ways maybe to pursue, maybe some things to go do some research on, Google some things, maybe even look up a financial advisor and ask them some specific questions about the things that I've shared with you. If you want to know some of my favorite books in financial planning and money management, check out the last video that I created. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you're doing everything that you can to build your massive bank account every day.